Good morning. I'm John Ellsworth with Success Strategies. I'm the founder of Success Strategies Incorporated and the creator of the Success Strategies Advantage. And I have a question for you. What have you done for me lately? That might sound like a strange question. Does it seem strange to you that I'd be asking you that? Does it pique your interest? Does it sound interesting to you? Does it seem, if you borrowed from one particular lender in the past in the dairy industry, somewhat antagonistic? Because that was a question they asked quite often of everyone. My intention was to make it a stimulating question, and I hope I've stimulated your thinking. But I have to ask you another question. Is what have you done for me lately a question that your goals, objectives, and key initiatives for 2019 would be asking you at this point if they could speak? Would they be asking you that? And I ask you that because, face it, you started 2019 with very positive aspirations. Things are looking up for the dairy industry. They're looking more positive than they have for 4 or 5 years. And frankly, we're halfway through the year. By the time you see this video, we are literally about halfway through the year. So my question for you is, are you on track? Would your goals, if they could ask you that question, what have you done for me lately in order to accomplish those goals, would they be happy with that question? I guess I have to ask you another question. Did you even set some goals for this year? And I hope so. But if not, I'd suggest that you just stop this video right now and try and outline some objectives for yourself in this current year. Are you on plan versus your key performance indicators? You may recall my business coach, Dan Sullivan, and his commentary on objectives. Remember, if you measure it, you can understand it. If you understand it, you can control it. And finally, if you can control this, then you can improve it. You can do like the Ronco commercial used to say, just set them and forget them. And some people will make goals at the beginning of the year and just stick them in a drawer somewhere. Sometimes that works out okay. However, to be perfectly honest with you, it's always been my experience that if we follow the, if I measure it, I can understand it. If I understand it, I can control it. If I can control it, I can improve it mantra. It just works so much better. I find that you can reach your goals so much sooner. Let me make a few recommendations as you think about this question of whether, what have you done for me lately in terms of your goals? I'd make a couple recommendations. Number one, once you've set these goals, check them regularly. Do not drive yourself crazy by checking them every day. You'll go absolutely insane, and we don't want that, of course. But check them regularly, whether it's monthly, quarterly at least, and calendar this process. I'm big on using a calendar, and the reason is, you might ask, why do I need to put it on my calendar for, say, 3 months out, or 6 months out, or 9 months out? The reason is because if you don't get it on the calendar, it'll get swept up in all the busyness of the other things, important things too, that you do, and I do, and we'll never get to them. So that's the reason why. Get them on your calendar, get these review dates on your calendar. I'd go so far as to do as I do with my business, with Success Strategies, get away a couple times a year. Just get away for a couple days and think about how you're doing versus the objectives you set at the beginning of the year or the end of last year, whenever you set them. Review them and maybe even step them up to some higher levels of goals, which would be pretty exciting for you to pursue. Keep these exciting things in your mind and work to improve those goals. For 20 years, the last 20 years has been my experience that this process works. I can tell you not only for clients that it works, but it works in my own business as well. And I will suggest, some of you might be thinking, well, gosh, I can't get away for 2 days or even a day twice a year. That's fine. You can get away for an afternoon. And sometimes just getting away for an afternoon at a coffee shop where you can clear your mind, get away from the distractions and the interruptions, and silence your phone for a couple hours. The world will not stop turning, trust me. It works very well, and it'll give you a chance to really focus in on these key objectives that you've set for your business. I would ask you a couple questions. Why leave this process to chance? Can it happen on its own? Maybe. But you know what? I think it's better if you set the objectives, you measure the key performance indicators, and you track your progress throughout the year. I will suggest that you are now in the first year of the rest of your life. And I want to leave you with one final question. Why not make that as great as possible? Thank you for listening today. I'm John Ellsworth with Success Strategies, the founder of Success Strategies Incorporated, and the creator of the Success Strategies Advantage. And I thank you for listening.